Oh, and Silas Young sends the door of that cage crashing into the face of Manders. The last time we saw this steel cage here in AAW, it was Fred Yehi and it was Mance Warner going to blows for that AAW championship. This same cage, the second gear crew brethren of Mance Warner bled buckets in.
It was a bloody, violent mess on that occasion as Silas, look out, pulling out a door early. Silas has jump-started this matchup outside of the cage, looking to do as much damage as possible to Manders before they get inside the unforgiving steel.
Once that door's locked, it is solid steel surrounding that ring. It is Manders and it is Silas Young. It's two men that are going to lock horns with one another, if they can even make it that far, Joe Dombrowski.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. I mean, these guys have done so much damage to one another over the months, cost each other matches, talked a lot of trash, but backed all of it up. And you have to wonder what state will the careers of both these men be at the conclusion of this match.
These two men, you know, it was that Bourbon Street fight last time that they locked up here at 115 Bourbon Street. For Silas Young, this isn't his first trip around the block. He's been in steel cage matches before. He knows how to pace himself in any type of matchup that there is. Manders, I'm unsure if he's ever been in a steel cage match before. But what I can guarantee you is Manders has been in a fight. Manders has been in a no-holds-barred barroom brawl where he stood toe-to-toe with any man on the planet.
And Manders, under any circumstances, knows no fear, knows no trepidation, but there's got to be at least, you got to believe a little bit of pensiveness, a little bit of pause that comes over your mind and over your psyche when you realize the environment we're in.
It's Manders battling up from underneath, looking to gain the upper hand on Silas Young. Grabs him. Oh, and drops him face first onto that guardrail. And if you're Manders, you pick up this victory here tonight. Do you finally gain the respect of Silas Young?
I don't know if Manders is after respect. I don't know if Manders is after silence. I don't know if Manders is out for evisceration. Maybe a combination of all of the above. As Silas set hard into that guardrail, Manders right now is fighting for his own pride more than anything, to show Silas, to shut him up, to demonstrate that you don't mess with SGC.
As they go under the ring one more time. I've lost count of how many doors they've gotten into the ring so far. But what it seems like is certain destruction and doom looms for either Silas Young or Manders once they get inside this steel cage, once they lock that door.
I would suggest that to be the case.
Some of the violent encounters of AAW past inside steel cages. We've seen Homicide Nettie Kingston go toe-to-toe with OI4K. We've seen Brody King wrestle with a broken jaw against Sami Callihan inside this very steel cage. We had the aforementioned Mance Warner Fred Yehi contest.
And Manders keeps finding weapons. Manders keeps finding tricks of the trade.
And as violent as the steel cage is going to be, you keep just adding carnage to it, for lack of a better term. It's only going to get that much more dangerous for both Manders and Young.
Well, Manders parading around the ring. Look at the plunder that has filled this ring already, and we haven't even officially gotten inside the cage.
Silas Young's in a world of hurt so far, writhing in pain down on the floor.
In a bad way. Good grief.
And that chair wrapping around the spine of Silas Young.
Violent intent. That's Manders in a nutshell. As now this match can officially start, if you can believe it.
Manders able to get Silas into the ring. Pandering to the crowd, I think he's taking a little bit too much time. You can't give Silas Young a second to think about what he can do. As Val Malone paying dividends on the outside.
I forgot about her. And that'll hopefully be the only recourse of her involvement in the course of this cage match.
Slingshot clothesline by the last real man takes Manders down. The door is closed shut, and we are finally officially underway. The main event of Never Say Die.
Well, Never Say Die is a great way to sum up the environment and the personalities involved in this main event. Silas too stubborn to back down. Manders too prideful to not keep fighting.
Oh, and Silas with a diving senton on the Manders. Hooks the leg, looking to make a quick night. Manders out at 2.
And Silas talking trash. That's how this started. In the mind of Silas, it's how it'll end. Oh, blocking the steal.
Manders battling out with everything that he's got. A vicious chop to the chest. And now Young sent face first into that cage. Twice.
Silas in a bad, bad way now. Big time damage has been done.
And yet again, another shot with that chair by Manders.
Manders enjoying every moment of it.
As the adulation, oh, being soaked in by Manders, but yet again taking too much time, giving Silas Young a chance as Silas Young's busted open.
Yeah.
DDT driving him center of the ring. Hooks the leg.
Could be all here. No. Near fall.
All it took was 2 times Silas's head being driven into that unforgiving steel cage, opening up some scar tissue from battles of the past.
I don't know if Manders has ever wanted a victory more. Could be Stampede time.
Oh, Silas goes low. And a knee strike from the last real man. Stuns Manders.
Jeez.
That twisting neck breaker. Shades of Eric Cannon from Silas Young.
Yeah. And doing that surrounded by steel makes it even more perilous as, oh man, a near fall. Silas thought this thing was it. But man, you can see the physical toll of this matchup from Jump Street, what it's taken out of both of these men.
Manders saying, bring it on, Silas. Oh!
Good grief. What a violent altercation.
That chair just wrapping around the cranium of Manders. And yet again, Silas maniacal in his attack.
Just relentless. Silas Young. Does he want to destroy SGC forever? Prove that he's the only real man left in this locker room? It's been what he's claimed since day one.
Throws a haymaker with that trash can. Manders able to evade it. Oh, was thinking powerbomb. Instead gets backed into the corner by Silas Young. And now Silas scales the buckles. The referee's there as simply a formality.
Yeah.
To either count the 1, 2, 3, or to either see if there's a submission. Powerbomb out of the corner by Manders.
Yeah, there to declare a winner and not much else.
And now Manders floats into the cover. Silas out at the
man.
last second.
How close was that? And the facial expression of Manders, maybe he thought it would be done by now with the wreckage and the blood and the damage and the broken bodies. but Silas is the most dominant and longest reigning champion for a reason. He has succeeded on a high level for so long for a reason, and we can't forget that.
Manders ripping that covering for the ring post off. That's solid steel underneath that padding. All that little bit of tape does is simply connect those two cables together. Acts as a very mini protective barrier, and Manders is looking to remove that as quickly as it comes.
Well, Silas gonna taste it. No.
Oh, Silas being
Puts the brakes on.
gripped by the scruff of his neck. Goes low. All shots are legal here inside the steel cage. Silas trips him up. Oh, and now Manders in a bad way. Manders face first.
Manders tastes the steel, and Manders is dazed and confused and in a bad way.
The faithful here at 115 Bourbon Street behind Manders.
They would love to see Manders achieve and excel. Ouch.
Oh, and now Silas driving him headfirst into the unforgiving steel cage.
Violence personified.
As Manders now busted open, courtesy of the last real man. Paintbrushing boot across the face, much to the adulation of Val Malone on the outside.
Oh, Manders is a mess. Manders a bloody mess.
Silas now setting up a weapon of destruction.
Jeez.
Strong words from the last real man.
Yeah, running his mouth.
Oh, and careful what you wish for, Silas, because you just might get it. Manders battling up. Manders firing with a couple shots of his own. Silas able to move out of the way of that clothesline. Full Nelson into the knee, onto the shoulders. Oh! TKOs him through that door, and now Silas stacks Manders for the cover.
Oh! Man, the twos get longer, the blood flows freer, but no clear-cut winner.
Manders crawling to the rope, trying to get back up on his feet, but Silas, the 20-year veteran, the first man up. And in his mind, the only man up.
Yeah, the only man in the building. The last real man, the last of a dying breed. What is this? Oh, this is...
Boots him in the gut.
Silas had something in his hand ready to... Is that spur we saw utilized in the past between these men? As Manders will flip-flop and fly.
Oh, God! Oh, and now Manders looking to grind that spur into the forehead,
Lord.
Cutting him open, gutting him like a stuck pig.
What a vile image. A vile image. Oh, no. Well, that's in Manders' wheelhouse. I think there was a lot personal there that Silas was trying to do to hurt Manders with one of Manders' own, personal objects.
Oh, and Manders isn't done!
This is sadistic. This is what it's come to. Just
these short
repeatedly
jabs!
stabbing into the skull. My God.
I stabbed that man 9 times. Manders channeling his inner New Jack.
It's the SGC pride that drives him along.
And breaking that door in half, grabbing a jagged
God.
edge.
Just relentlessly assaulting him. Manders has lost it here.
Anything that Manders can get his hands on, he's using as a weapon of destruction against Silas Young. Hoists him onto the shoulders, looking for that stampede. Oh, into the exposed buckle. Into that carnage salad. Manders looking for the cover. Silas is down too. Oh, Silas able to kick out somehow, some way.
And the eyes tell the story. Manders in shock.
Manders thinking, what more do I have to do to put Silas down?
And looking at Val Malone out there, almost as if blaming her for this. There's blood on her hands here as well, there's no doubt.
Well, let's not forget, it was that shocking return during that Bourbon Street fight which solidified the working relationship, we should say, of Silas and Val one more time.
Is Manders giving Silas his last rites?
That door being wedged in a precarious way by Manders. Oh, Val!
Oh, no.
Val Malone rips that door open, gets into the cage. Coming to the aid of Silas.
You have no business in here.
Oh, and she might have bit off a little bit much more than she could chew. Manders has her up. Oh!
My God!
The stampede through the door.
Val has been obliterated. And when you put yourself in this environment, you become fair game.
And Manders just staring a hole through Val Malone, saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Oh, and Silas goes low. The equalizing shot into a small package.
Silas
has him hooked. The referee checking on Val Malone.
This'll do it. No.
And Silas not able to get the 1, 2, 3. Manders able to kick out.
Look at the blood strewn throughout this ring. Look at the damage that's been done.
Before this contest started, that canvas was damn near clean.
Jeez.
And the broken remnants of that door. Oh my God!
Oh, God! What a violent eruption!
Silas Young is a man possessed right now. Manders out on his feet. Silas setting those chairs up one more time, which can only mean an impending doom for the one called Manders, if he can even get back on his feet, Joe.
Well, that's the big question here. And Silas, another makeshift bridge, an implement of destruction.
Val Malone absolutely obliterated in the corner.
Oh, Val Malone is a non-factor. No question about that.
Silas hits the ropes. Oh, Manders!
Oh boy.
Able to hoist him onto the shoulders. Sends him head first into the cage, followed up with a lariat.
All impact, here we go.
Down. Silas able to kick out at the last second. Taking as much time as he can to get the air back into his lungs.
Well, he'll need every second he can get here. Yeah, that says it all. Manders frustrated.
Are they ready? Manders now setting up another chair, setting up more implements of destruction to end Silas Young here tonight. I can't even begin to think of what Manders has in mind here. Very reminiscent of the Bourbon Street fight. This double-decker implements of destruction being put together by Manders as he peppers Silas Young with knuckles across the forehead. And a chop to the chest. Silas Young fading fast in the corner. Manders following Silas all the way up top. And an impending doom for both Silas and Manders if this hits. Silas battling out everything that he can, throwing everything he has behind these shots, which isn't much left at this point, but it's just enough to stop the destruction that Manders had in mind. And now Silas sizing up Manders. Silas scaling the cage, going all the way up top. That cage 15 feet high here at 115 Bourbon Street. Silas Young perching himself all the way up. Manders following suit. Silas battling with everything that he's got. Both men hanging on for dear life at this point, as Manders now following up suit. Manders brutalizing Silas. Silas on the shoulder of Manders. Manders has Silas right where he wants him. Manders, the stampede off the top of the cage! Good God, Silas Young destroyed, broken in half, and Manders gets the W! Manders picks up the victory here! Steel cage warfare! Silas Young sent crashing through an implement of destruction.
18 minutes, 12 seconds, the winner of the steel cage match, the one called Manders!
Manders finally gets the retribution that he's been asking for.